And we do start the program in Afghanistan, where local media are reporting intense gunfire and several explosions coming from a military academy in the capital. Let's get the very latest now and go straight to local journalist Bilal Sarwari, who's standing by for us at this moment. Good morning to you, Bilal. What do we know so far?
Rory, here's what I've been told by the spokesman for the Ministry of Defense, General Dawlat Waziri. At least 2 members of the Afghan military are killed, at least 10 members of the Afghan military are wounded, at least 3 attackers are dead, at least 1 attacker was detained, and at least another attacker missing. Now, eyewitnesses in the area are saying that the attackers targeted the Marshal Fahim National Defense University, and that the attack started after 5 o'clock this morning in dark. They're also saying that one of the attackers used a ladder which he put to climb onto the wall, and then he placed a blanket or some sort of a cloth on the barbed wire. This is a huge security breach, especially since Kabul was placed on a high state of security alert yesterday. Today was a public holiday. The government had said that it wanted to have everyone at home so that they can look after those wounded in the terrorist attack in the heart of Kabul, which killed at least 103 people and wounded 236 people. But in the city, one can see the pictures of Indonesian president. So, you know, the Afghan government knew that its military installations and government buildings were under a very high threat of an attack. And only yesterday, you had Afghanistan's cabinet ministers, security cabinet ministers, defending their record, saying that their resignation, called by some angry residents of Kabul, will not solve the situation. And what the people of Kabul are demanding is better security, better protection of this city. You're also looking at a situation in Afghanistan, both in year 2017 and 2018, where you have casualties and fatalities in big numbers that you would have had few years ago in a place like Helmand, Kandahar, or elsewhere in the country. So cities are becoming a very deadly front, and the Afghan government is under pressure from the Afghan public, from the people of Kabul, to do more and to prevent these attacks from taking place.
All right, local journalist Bilal Sarwari live there with the latest from Kabul. Thank you. Well, as Bilal was saying, the country has been suffering from a spike of terror lately, with 3 major incidents in the past week. We're just getting reports now here on RT International that ISIL has taken responsibility for the latest attack in Kabul. Now, Donald Trump has condemned the recent attack, saying that America is committed to a secure Afghanistan and that the Taliban's cruelty will not prevail. However, the U.S. commitment to peace in Afghanistan has not stopped it from increasing the amount of bombs it's dropping. During the last year, the U.S. dropped over 4,300 munitions on Afghanistan. The bombing has intensified since Trump announced his new strategy for Afghanistan back in August, with twice as many bombs dropped between then and the end of last year as during the 2 previous years combined. Now, we discussed the issue with Sultan Mahmoud Khali, a former Pakistani Air Force captain. He says that the U.S. administration's approach towards Afghanistan, simply put, is just not working.
I'm afraid that President Trump has no realization of the intensity of the situation in Afghanistan. He has not been able to read the picture clearly, nor has he been able to get a reality check of what is the real problem in Afghanistan. and by announcing or even carrying out attacks like last year, if you recall, he had dropped the mother of all bombs. All he did was that he created more collateral damage and he created more enemies. I don't think they can physically, through their bombs, through their threats, overcome the situation, which the Allied forces, when they were at the peak, they failed to do so, so they cannot do so now. And more threats are only going to create more mayhem, but it is not going to bring peace into the region. So President Trump, I am afraid, will have to revise his new strategy because it is faulty.